What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into another FFPC Classic Draft that I'm going to be doing here tonight for you guys. It is another one where we got the first pick again, so that is interesting for sure. Probably going to be another Jameer Gibbs team, which I'm not complaining about. Technically, love having that one spot so you can get Jameer Gibbs pretty easily. So excited about that. Hopefully, you guys are excited about this draft as well. We did the number one draft, I think, last stream or two streams ago, where I went Colston Loveland, Tyler Warren at the start and did a completely different start than I'm used to. So don't doubt we're going that far with it tonight. But we definitely are going to shoot for upside. We're going to try and get a team with a bunch of upside that we can get. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I did a draft earlier today, actually. It turned out pretty good. I was at the 12 spot in that one. I ended up getting Justin Jefferson and Saquon Barkley with my first two picks. I wanted some more Barkley shares, so made sure I got Barkley. And tonight, I honestly, other than Gibbs, I really don't know who I'm going to take. So we're just going to kind of see who falls to us here, and we'll go from there. But yeah, really excited for this one as usual. Hopefully, you guys are too. If you, as always, too, if you guys have any questions in the chat or if you're watching this later on, too, like come join us live. Like it's a lot of fun. You can ask questions of me whatever you guys want to know, even if it's dynasty questions, redraft questions for this coming season, anything like that. Feel free to drop them in the comments while we're live here, and I will answer them for you guys. So that's always a little fun part of this as well. We'll be starting here in about a minute and a half, so looking good so far. Just finishing up something over here while we wait for that. If I can do that. Yeah, just have to do it this way. All right, about 56 seconds until draft kicks off here. And obviously, it'd be a very easy first pick for me here. We're going to go Jameer Gibbs. Still going to take him over Bijan. I just don't like how the Falcons are setting up right now. Like, I don't like the quarterback situation at all. I don't like that their defense just lost their best pass rusher. Like, sure, they might have to put up a ton of points again, but Detroit is just set up for a big season because they have the easiest schedule in the league and it's a lot more condensed now. It's like four guys getting the ball and that's about it. So I like that. This could be our biggest Jameer Gibbs season we've had yet. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, should be a good season for him. And we are on the clock and we are going to select Jameer Gibbs as promised. So there we go, Jameer Gibbs. And then we'll see who comes back to us. I'm kind of open to anything tonight. We'll see what the most upside is when it comes back to me. If it's two receivers, we'll go two receivers. If the running backs get chewed up pretty good here, yeah, I'm open to anything right now. So we'll see what comes back here, and we will go from there. All right, we're getting a couple picks there. I see Bijan went and Jamar Chase went. Still waiting on pick 4 here. He's taking his good old time apparently. And he went Puka Nakua. There goes Jackson Smith and Jigba. Alright, let's mark these guys off here. Delete. And delete. Alright. These guys are taking their good old time apparently here, so usually these fly by pretty quick, but let me do this as well. Repost this for everybody. All right, Bowers, McCaffrey, and Amon-Ra went off the board. And then Justin Jefferson as well. So McCaffrey, Amon-Ra, Justin Jefferson. Mark those off our board along with Brock Bowers, who I forgot to delete. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how the end of this draft. That's probably one of the highest I've seen Justin Jefferson drafted so far. But there's no doubt he has some of the most upside in the league. Like, he could absolutely be somebody you pick at that 9, 10, 11, 12 spot and smash. Like, that's a great, great spot. Jonathan Taylor, I like a lot too. Getting him at 10, perfect. There's Dynasty Barry. What's going on, Dynasty Barry? Got another number one spot tonight, Barry. So, yeah, another one spot. We'll see how it goes out. I don't think we're going to go as crazy as we went last time, but we shall see. Just going to shoot for upside. These guys are taking fucking forever to pick, though. It's 9:30 on the East Coast, and we want to take all fucking night to pick, apparently. This dude's really going to time out on his first pick. Okay. There goes Ashton Genty. Team 12 just got given a gift. All right, James Cook. That's exactly who I would have took. Good pick there. I mean, there's CD, there's London, Barkley, Ken Walker, Chase Brown. So it'd be interesting to see what he can do here. All right, Chase Brown. There he goes. There goes CD Lamb. What's going on, D-Wall? Just doing a redraft league on the FFPC that I've been doing multiples of them. If you look on the stream, I've oh god, I don't know, 20, 25 or so far. There goes Devin Achan. All right, so it's on the way back to me. We'll see what comes of here. We got 8 picks until us. There goes Trey McBride. Let's see if these running backs get cooked up the rest of the way, which I'm kind of thinking they will. There's about 5 of them I'm liking, and I bet you all 5 of them go before I pick. We'll see, though. There goes Hampton. There goes Barkley. How about that start? Christian McCaffrey and Barkley from the 7 spot. What a fucking start. Ken Walker. Bowers Ken Walker's pretty sexy, too. So as soon as I mentioned that they're going to eat up all the running backs, so what do you know? Here goes all the running backs. It is, yeah. It's a nice redraft team. I'd love that. Colston Loveland. There he goes. All right, 3 more picks, and then I am up here. I'm pretty confident in the 4 guys I got listed here, so I'm good with that. There goes Drake London. Yep. There goes A.J. Brown. I was kind of hoping A.J. Brown would fall to me because I don't have a lot of him. Actually, I don't have any of him so far, so that would have been a nice one to get, but not to be on this one. Bijan teams up, and then we're up here. Let's see what he goes. He takes the king, Derrick Henry. So I am leaning towards let's hit the wide receivers here. So there's a bunch of good ones. I am going to go with. Let's see. I know one of them I want to take. I don't have a lot of this guy, so. I mean, yeah, man, Nico's so good too. It's such a tough pick. All right, let's pick. Let's take George Pickens and Malik Neighbors, who I wanted some more Malik Neighbors. So we're gonna go Pickens and Malik Neighbors here. And so many guys to choose from there. There's Collins, Olave, Rashee Rice. I have a ton of Brees Hall. I didn't want to really go there. I wanted to kind of get a couple wide receivers there, so that worked out. Yeah, I'm good with Pickens and Neighbors for sure. Nico was the one I was debating on. Was it Pickens or Nico? I knew Neighbors was going to be one of my picks. But let's go with with Pickens. Had a spectacular year last year. Playing on the franchise tag, needs to have another really good year. So we'll buy into that narrative and see if we can get another huge George Pickens season. Nico was right after us. So Bijan, Henry, Nico. Pretty solid team there for team 2. There goes Rashee Rice. So that guy's starting off 3 wideouts. While we're kind of waiting too, I'll pull up my team I did earlier for you guys. Let's go. Yeah, it was this team right here. So yeah, on this team earlier I got Herbert, Barkley, Brees Hall, Justin Jefferson, Ladd McConkey, George Kittle, Jalen Warren, Parker Washington, Will Lutz, Denver D. Got Jordan Love's my backup quarterback. Backup running backs, I have Bigsby to pair with Barkley, Braylon to pair with Brees. I took a Nick Singleton chair because I don't have much of him, and a Jalen Wright. Receivers, I grabbed QJ, I grabbed Matthew Golden, I grabbed Dejon Stribling, and then tight ends. I wanted to take an extra tight end with Kittle. You never know what happens there. I got Barner and Colby Parkinson, so not a terrible team. All right, back to this draft. Jeremiah Love, Chris Olave. There they go. And then Breece Hall goes. So Bowers, Walker, Hall, pretty solid team. Yeah, you were in my mind on that one, Barry, for sure. When I took Pickens, it was between Nico or Pickens. I knew I was taking Neighbors, so Neighbors was locked in. There goes Josh Jacobs and Devontae Smith. So that guy started off all old fucking running backs: McCaffrey, Barkley, Jacobs. What's that line from Dodgeball? Let's see if that pays off for him. Cotton. All right, so the guy with Jefferson and Trey McBride is up now. Pretty solid start there. I like that a lot. No running back yet, though. Do they snag a running back? The three teams behind him have 5 running backs total. Garrett Wilson was the pick, though. So no running back for that team. Taylor Achane team is up now. Let's see where they go. Do they dig into their first wide receiver here? I did make some rankings changes today too. I moved Parker Washington up quite a bit. Probably too high to be honest, but we'll see. Um, who else did I move? I moved Tootin up a little bit too. And then a lot of those back end receivers that are getting a lot of buzz right now, the Jacoby Lanes of the world, Kayshon Boutte, Ted Hurst, Zach Branch, those types of guys. I ended up moving them up my list a little bit too, so I got those guys up in the rankings a little bit. So there went Tyler Warren to the Taylor Achane team, and then Genty Lamb took Zay Flowers. James Cook, Chase Brown, Emeka Ibuka is the team here for Team 12. Pretty solid team there, too. Okay, so it's going to be on the way back to us here. Still pretty much open to anything here. We'll just see what kind of comes back to us. There goes Ladd McConkey. Let's see how the running back landscape looks on the way back here, because there's still quite a few running backs out there. They didn't get hammered in round 3 as much as I usually do. There's still some names out there that usually go in round 3 that are out there. So we'll see what comes back to us here. All right, this guy's up. He does not have a wide receiver yet, so I gotta imagine he's got to take a receiver here. He does. He takes T. Higgins as his first receiver. All right, so it is now 7 more picks, and I'm out. There goes T. Higgins and Tet McMillan. There goes Josh Allen. So no Josh Allen, Jahmyr Gibbs team like last time. There goes Jalen Waddle to the guy with 3 running backs. Pretty good wide receiver 1 there, Jalen Waddle. All right, 5 more picks and I'm up. I'm eyeing up. There's probably 3 or 4 running backs I'm interested in. Receivers. Yeah, there's definitely 3 or 4 receivers there I'm interested in. So We'll see what comes there. There goes Kyren. Kyren fell in this draft almost like a whole round. Interesting. RB 17 for Kyren Williams. Yeah, wide receivers got eaten up pretty good before I pick here. So probably as of right now, as long as the running backs just don't get completely clobbered here, might be going double running back here. We'll see how these next couple of picks shake out, and then we'll go from there. There goes Quinshon Judkins. Definitely not one of the running backs I was expecting. So that's a good thing. So I have 4 running backs at the top of my list there, and I'm happy with any of the 4. So as long as I get like maybe a receiver in there or maybe a tight end, I should be able to hit 2 of the running backs I was looking at. Okay. If these guys would pick a little fucking faster, we could figure this out. Come on. There goes ETN. Was kind of hoping ETN would fall. There goes Scatabo. It's another one I was looking at. All right, so we're up next. Let's see what Team 2 does here right in front of us. There's Burden, there's Tootin, Swift, McLaurin, DJ Moore. He took Luther Burden. I was thinking about Burden there. I think that would have been a good pick for us, but was not meant to be. All right, I think I'm going to. I'm just scared to death of Bayshal Tootin just not hitting his projections this year, just with the 3-headed horse backfield there. So we're going to take DeAndre Swift. He was my top running back rated left, so we're going to go with Swift for one of our picks. And then we're up for a receiver here. So my top receivers are McLaurin, Devontae Adams, Christian Watson. I would say, I mean, Watson's got upside too, but it's kind of hard to pass on Terry McLaurin. I still think he's the number one there. I don't think Diggs is going to eat into him too much. Washington's defense is a little lackluster, so I expect this Washington team to have to throw quite a bit. So let's lock in Terry McLaurin there. So we got 3 pretty good receivers to start off here. Pickens, Neighbors, McLaurin. We have the NFC East receivers. So we're expecting heavy shootouts in the NFC East this year. And then Gibbs and DeAndre Swift, the NFC North running backs. So division theme so far, I guess. But I like that start. Getting Swift as RB21. I was kind of hoping for ETN or maybe Scatabo, but I'll settle for Swift. I don't think Swift's a terrible player. The Bears should be getting back to what they were doing last year. Swift was damn good. Kyle Managnai's already hurt a little bit too. So, and then McLaurin, he should rebound after last year. So, liking that. There goes David Montgomery. Yeah, D-Lock says he's liking Team 12. Yeah, Team 12 is looking really solid. Yeah, I do a mix of redraft and dynasty. I do it all. That's why I end up with 90 leagues every year. So about half and half, it seems like. There goes Bucky Irving. It's a pretty solid start there. Chase, A.J. Brown, Rasheed Rice, Scatabo, Bucky Irving. I like that. Guy here with Jeremiah Love and ETN. Puka in London is up now. All different buys for all 5 of my guys too. So I always kind of like having that, just so you're not getting screwed every week by, uh, having multiple guys on buy. There goes DJ Moore. All right, so we got the JSN Loveland Olave Judkins team on the clock. Running backs are obviously been fairly eaten through so far now. It's getting down to like the last couple of good ones. And then you're kind of throwing darts at that point. Okay, there goes Bayshell Tootin, the guy I was considering with Swift. He finally goes off the board. I mean, I like Tootin in theory and everything. It's just, I believe the other guys there are going to eat into his workload a little bit. Whereas Swift, it's, you only got to worry about one guy. There goes Harold Fannin. Harold Fannin fell to like round 7 in my last draft. And then he goes in round 5 in this one. That's a little scary for Team 6. Mike Evans as your wide receiver 1. I mean, I get why he took him, but still scary. Yeah, Team 7 that had the McCaffrey, Barkley, Jacobs start when Waddle, and then that's the team who just took Fannin. Still no receiver yet he's got 1 receiver so far. It's not. I'm not gonna crucify him for the Fannin pick. It's solid. It's probably around the early part of where Fannin would go. There goes a Roman Dunze and Jameson Williams. I've seen Odunze creep up a little bit more now too, with especially with the burden, probably missing the whole preseason injury with the groin injury, and Rome is starting to creep up a little bit more than he previously was. So we'll see how that affects him. T9 going the receiver tight end route. They're going to be starting 4 receivers and a tight end weekly. That's going to be their big guys. He went JMO. There goes Devontae Adams. All right, almost at the turn here again. And then it'll be back to us. Pretty solid start there for 9, though. Jefferson, McBride, Garrett Wilson, Tet McMillan, and JMO. 4 pretty sexy receivers to start. I don't know if I would have went those 4 guys, personally. I think I would have took a Buka or Flowers over Garrett Wilson. Yeah, JMO, I can't blame him for taking JMO where he did. I could have maybe talked myself into Adams or Christian Watson too, but JMO's pretty good. So I probably would have took Waddle over Tet. But you can't go wrong with Tet either. There goes Christian Watson this late, round 5. End of round 5. All right, we're at the turn now. Team 12. Got a really, really good start going right now with Cook, Chase Brown, Ibuka, and Lad McConkey. Let's see how he continues the good start, or is this the downfall of where he starts to fuck it up? Because we have seen that before. Somebody starts out with like 4 really good picks, and then they just completely crater under the pressure of having a good team. Taking their good old sweet time. Now there goes Travion. I like that pick. Nice upside pick there in round 5. Like Travion easily, like if he starts playing a lot better, like that could be a guy where taken next year in round 2. There goes Parker Washington. He's creeped up more and more. Like, I think Parker Washington by the end of August, he might be a round 5 pick, guys. Like, it is, that hype train is flying right now. Everyone is in on the Parker Washington train right now. So I pretty sure he's going to be in round 5 here pretty prominently. There goes Tucker Kraft. And now it is on the way back to me. We got 9 picks and then we'll be up. There goes BTJ. There goes Jadarian Price. So once again, pretty open to whatever comes to us here. There goes Kyle Pitts. If there's one of the top tight ends left, I will definitely consider that. Receivers are honestly kind of eaten through at the moment. There's a couple running backs there that are pretty solid. There goes Jordan Tyson. There's still Lamar Jackson is out there too. You know, your Joe Burrows, your Drake Mays, Jaden Daniels to pair up with McLaurin. A lot of quarterbacks though, so I'm as much as Lamar and those guys are tempting. There goes Ramondre Stevenson. Barry, if you're there, what do you think about Lamar Jackson here? Is he good enough to press the button, or because there's so many guys still available, are you waiting? Just kind of curious what your thoughts are. All right. It is. Oh, there goes Laporta. I was kind of hoping Laporta would fall back to us. That did not materialize. There goes Lamar Jackson. So don't have to worry about Lamar Jackson. So I could go Isaiah Likely here. It would be an upside shot, but like, are we? And I have Neighbors. I don't know if I love that, having both of them. I might take double running back. There goes George Kittle. Like, I really think the receivers are kind of eaten up here. So I'm gonna do, yeah, I think I'm gonna do running back, double running back here. So we're gonna take Jaylen Warren, and we're gonna get on this train of Jonathan Brooks. I think getting Jonathan Brooks as my RB4. I feel comfortable taking him there as my RB4. I'm not necessarily counting on him, but I am taking the upside swing of Jonathan Brooks for sure. Like, if he hits, I could have a really good backfield there that I have. So we'll go Warren and Brooks, and we'll ride it out there. So I'm pretty happy with that. There's still pretty solid tight ends there. Quarterback is very, very fruitful. And the running backs, like after these next couple ones, it goes away pretty quickly. Same at the wide receiver spot right now. Like I said, wide receiver. I mean, QJ's on the board. I have about like 97 shares of QJ this year so far. I mean, there's Marvin Harrison was there, DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, Michael Wilson. Like, it was a lot. So, a lot of, guys that are kind of all the same. So, wanted to pass on that. There goes Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts going pretty early in round 7. So, yeah. I do have all the QJ. Yes. There goes Marvin Harrison Jr. Hey, if QJ falls all the way back to me in round 8, I'm pressing the button. The odds of him falling that far are probably like 3%, though. If Chuba Hubbard makes it all the way back, though, that might be a pick for sure, and lock up those guys. I've been finding myself drafting Jaylen Warren quite a bit recently. I think I've probably 3, maybe 4 shares the last 5, 6 drafts that I've done. So finding myself getting Jaylen Warren quite a bit. There goes Joe Burrow. Surprised the Lamar Jackson owner didn't take Burrow when he's got Chase, but here we are. There goes Michael Wilson in round 7. A little, I remember I was getting Michael Wilson in round 9 or 10 earlier on this offseason. I'm pretty sure I got him in round 10 in one draft. So, interesting one there. He's creeping up. All right, so the Bowers owner's up. Man, he's got Evans and Jordan Tyson as his 2 receivers, both on the same buy, and then he takes Chris Godwin. Can't you guys all see this? Evans, Jordan Tyson, and Godwin all on the fucking injured list. Like by week 3. I can already see that coming. There goes Blake Corum. Yeah, that is scary. That's not how you build a running back room or a receiver room with 3 injured guys like that. That is scary. And that's how what I talked about earlier, like the way to fuck up your draft. You started off with Bowers, Walker, Breece Hall, Kyren Williams. You are hitting a fucking triple. And now he just got caught stealing home with those 3 picks. Like, that is brutal. I mean, they're good players if they're healthy. Good luck with them staying fucking healthy, though. Jesus. So the guy with McCaffrey, Barkley, Jacobs has Waddle, Fannin, Tate, Blake Corum. Pretty damn good start there, too. Like that a lot. They went Pollard. They went Rico Dowdle. So Team 9, he started off with the 5 receivers. He got Jadarian Price in round 6, and then Rico Dowdle round 7. So not too bad there. What's my take on Kyler being announced as starter today? Like, tell me something I don't know? Like, I already fucking knew that when they fucking signed him. If he lost out to J.J. McCarthy, like, his career was over. So, yeah, nothing changed for me there at all. Like, I already knew that was going to happen. So yeah, nothing changed for me there, honestly. I've kind of been factoring that Kyler was our starter since he signed. So we had a big running back run here. Corum, Pollard, Dowdle, Chuba, Gainwell. Oh yeah, there's still McCarthy truthers for sure, but like they're drowning in it now. I liked McCarthy for sure. He was my I believe he was my fourth quarterback in that draft. I had him above Penix, and I had him above Bo Nix. Just didn't work out. There goes likely Drake May, Michael Pittman. Yeah, you have him at 3. Yeah, I mean it was. I had Caleb, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. And it was just because of Jaden Daniels like rushing upside, but May had it too. So those were my 3. And then McCarthy, and then probably Bo Nix, and then Penix. All right, on the way back to me again here. We are 9 picks away. Yeah, you definitely had to eat a big bag of dicks after that one, huh? Jacoby Myers. Interesting. There goes Jaden Daniels. Kind of hoping Jaden came back to us. Didn't work out. There goes Kyle Monagny. Was hoping he came back as well, but that did not work out. Some really good quarterbacks still there. There goes DK Metcalf. Some interesting players still available here. So there's a couple tight ends I'm eyeing up. Quentin Johnson's still there. There's a couple running backs here. Like the Denver guys are here. Both Washington guys are here. Both Minnesota Vikings guys are here. So those are literally the top guys on my list here. There's Cortland Sutton. I don't have any Cortland Sutton this year so far. There goes Alec Pierce. Not in Alec Pierce at all. That's for sure. All right, there goes Stephon Diggs. Man, I am tempted, really tempted to double tap running back again, but I probably shouldn't. I would be super set at running back if I did, if it works out this way. Because I could grab both Denver guys here and fucking eat. But I'm also going to be starting 3 receivers weekly. So I'd be fighting between Jaylen Warren, Jonathan Brooks, and a Denver guy to start every single week. Unfortunately. There goes Harvey. So that kind of goes that pipe dream anyways. There goes Travis Kelce. That was a tight end I was considering. I can't believe Quentin Johnston might fall all the way back to us. I was going to take Goddard. Damn. So Goddard goes right ahead of us. So I'm not going to double tap running back. I don't even think I'm going to take a running back now. We are going to go. I'm going to skip over tight end again because Kincaid is kind of banged up still, having trouble with his knee. Yeah, so we're pressing the button on QJ. And I'm taking my fucking guy. My guy I'm riding this year, Justin Herbert. Don't even care. Just riding him. Get a little stack going there. Mr. Madison Beer. We're gonna ride him this year. Hopefully he's getting ridden too. So yeah, got sniped on Goddard and Kelsey there. That kind of sucked. So that kind of threw my. I was going to definitely take a tight end and QJ, and kind of gamble that Herbert came back to us, but that did not work out. Not in love with any of the rest of the tight ends that were there, so I'll skip it another round. And I think grabbing QJ there and Justin Herbert. What's funny, Barry? And I hope he's getting ridden too. There goes Dalton Kincaid. Surprised Rashad White is still there and J.K. Dobbins too. Yeah, we talked about last round. Here they are. They fell all the way back. Yeah, they both made it back to us. I'm gonna even show everybody. All right, quarterback shares. Justin Herbert, 5 in these leagues so far. Make it 6 now. I don't think this updates in real time. Quentin Johnston, 10. Make it 11 now. Oh, and I don't even like the fucking guy. Rashad White, J.K. Dobbins. There they go. I guess not. I'm so in on Herbert this year, and like everything from training camp and all the reports so far is that he is just absolutely just fucking lighting it up at camp. I love it. Yeah, they're ADPs. Yep. And I love the talk coming from Mike McDaniel on Herbert, on McConkey, on QJ. Like, he's hyping up QJ big time, and I believe it. Like, he's gonna put QJ in his spots to like. Yeah, he's a big body, but he's not Mike Williams and these guys. Like, they're gonna let him get the ball in space and fucking run. They're gonna use him on underneath, drag routes and screens and shit. They're gonna get the guy the ball and let him run. That's what he's designed to do. That's where he's best at. So yeah, like there's just upside, upside, upside in QJ. There goes Jaden Reed and Wandale Robinson. And I just keep taking Herbert, man. Like he still runs for quite a bit. Like he's not like obviously Josh Allen, Lamar, and these guys, but he's not that far off. Yeah, like that that offensive line is so damn good, and then they just added a Pro Bowl type center too. Um, you just gotta stay healthy. Like that offensive line, like they can't be injured every fucking year. Like it seems like it's gotta stop at some point, right? I don't know. I just kind of feel like Chargers are like one of those teams this year that just could just fucking break the league, and I want a part of it. I obviously want a part of it. Yeah, like I agree. Agree totally 100%, Barry. Couldn't agree with you more. goes Cortland Sutton finally. Round 10, Cortland Sutton. That's a pretty good deal there. There goes Tyrone Tracy. That goes Tyrone Tracy, Aaron Jones. There goes Casey Concepcion in round 10. Wow, he's moving up the boards. He is moving up the boards. All right, there goes Charbonnet and Jordan Addison. All right, so just kind of thinking about here what I want to do coming back to us here. We got 5 more picks and we're up. We have 4 running backs. We have 4 receivers. There goes Stribling. Stribling keeps flying up the board too. I could go double tight end here. There is a couple receivers here I really like too. There goes Dak Prescott. And I'm the only one without a tight end so far, so could double up at that position there. There's a couple guys there I like. There goes Jaden Higgins. Let's see here. Both of these guys have 2 tight ends already, so I'm going to lean that they're not going to take one. There's one receiver here that I am eyeing up for sure. If he's there, I'd probably take him. He's still there. Does he make it one more spot? Because this guy needs a receiver pretty bad, so he could take my guy here. And if I take this guy too, it's another guy I keep taking. I've taken him in like the last 3 drafts. So I'm just going to have a lot of these same players that I really like this year, which is fine with me. Okay, he takes Keaton Mitchell, who I was not eyeing up. So I think I'm going to go receiver and tight end here. Wide receiver is going to be Matthew Golden. And then my tight end here, I'm gonna take Juwan Johnson. I've been wanting some Juwan Johnson. Heard some good things about him at camp, that he's doing really damn good still. So we're gonna take Juwan Johnson here as our tight end one. And we're obviously gonna get some more tight ends here as we go. But yeah, I like that. Matthew Golden is our wide receiver 5. Juwan Johnson, our tight end 1. We got our quarterback, we got our tight ends, so we got our onesie positions. I still have 4 really solid running backs where I feel like I don't have to take another one yet. Obviously, when it comes back to us, it's definitely in consideration. but I didn't feel like I had to grab one right there. Receivers, though, I have 5 good ones, so I'm all in on that. And this moron takes his second quarterback early. Nice job. And this guy does the same thing. You take Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts already, and then you add another really good quarterback that's going to sit on your fucking bench for 16 weeks out of the 17 weeks when you could be filling your other positions, like getting depth. Like this guy has Cam Scatabo, Bucky Irving, Chris Rodriguez, but hey, let's get my backup quarterback instead of a fourth fucking running back. This guy has 3 receivers: Nico Collins, Burden, who's hurt, and Downs, who's fucking hurt. Let's grab our backup fucking quarterback when we already have Jalen Hurts. Like, what are we fucking doing? All right, there goes Deebo Samuel. This makes no sense to me sometimes, the way these people draft. But that's why we take advantage of them when we play in these leagues, and we win. There goes Jake Ferguson. So the guy who took Dak doubles up with Jake Ferg. But appreciate you guys that are watching this live. Appreciate you guys stopping in and watching, even if you're just watching and not chatting. If you guys do have anything you want to talk about in the chat or just say, hey, what's up? Post it in the chat. I would appreciate it if you guys would. Make sure you guys also like and subscribe to this channel, like this video. Comments are always cool too. That helps the algorithm and all that. So if you guys could do me that small favor, I would really appreciate it if you guys did that. Yeah, I mean, pretty good draft here so far. Another spot where I'm picking from the one spot. We've had a couple of those so far this year. But yeah, I'm liking it. Liking the team. Just getting those reps in for redraft season, which is right around the corner. I mean, we're Thursday. We're starting preseason week 1 pretty much for everybody. So going to be this is when it starts getting real, guys. A couple more weeks here. It'll be week 3 will be over for preseason. The roster cuts are going to happen, and we're in go time. Yep, for sure. So another thing I was thinking about, Barry, you usually are tapped in with me. What would you think about? I know college football will be going on at that time, which is fine. But what would you think about a Saturday evening stream, maybe around this time, 9:30ish Eastern, and I go over all of my rosters for FFPC. I don't have to do my sleeper leagues and all that. I can do that on my own. But I just go through all my rosters here on FFPC and set my lineups and kind of talk about my lineup decisions and all that for all those leagues. What would you think about that? Is that something you would watch, hang out in? While I do that, you just go over all my rosters, kind of talk about all my roster decisions, and maybe I have to pick up somebody that week, and all that stuff. Like, is that something that you think that would interest you? It was Hunter Henry, Malik Willis in round 11. Over Matt Stafford, Bo Nix, Brock Purdy. Interesting. And that's his first quarterback, too. That's a lot of faith in the Malik Willis. When he could have taken Matt Stafford to pair with his Devontae Adams, but okay. There goes Chig. There goes Jared Goff. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. And I know I like listening to McShay and those guys like live too. So, but they usually don't go until like almost like 11ish. So if I could start at like 9:30, while we have like the whatever the evening game is up, and hopefully I get all my rosters and all that done before McShay and those guys go live. That's kind of what my thinking was. There goes Jalen Coker. Good picking Coker there. There goes Dobbs. So on the way up to me. Yeah, yeah. The waivers is the crazy one. I can't do the waivers though because if strategy wise, if somebody is in my leagues and watching, they can see the money amounts I would put on some of these guys, and that's not very good. All right, so there went Tank Bigsby and Brock Purdy. There goes Jonah Coleman. Yeah, especially with this 27 class, I definitely do want to watch, college football this year. I mean, not that I don't already, but like try and be more locked in for sure. And I think I was last year more than I normally was. It's so weird. Like when I was a kid, like I don't know if it's because I played the video game so much and I knew the guys. Like I felt like back in that day I was so locked in, but I don't know if it's just that was because I was in school and like you don't really have a job and bills and all that shit. Like you don't have to worry about all that stuff. So like I could care less and could just watch football all day. But I don't know. Like I feel like I'm not as locked in as I used to be. Like when I was a kid. Denzel Boston goes and Tyler Algier, two really good picks there. Both were at the top of my list, and I was considering them. So we got three more, and then I'm up. Still a couple running backs there. I think receivers kind of dried up. I might just. I mean, there's still Matt Stafford and Bo Nix are still here too, but I don't really need a backup quarterback that highly. You know who hasn't gone yet, Barry, is Brandon Aubrey. He's usually gone by now. Or a defense, Rams defense or something. Oh, there goes Brandon Aubrey. Here comes the Rams D. Rams D. I'm calling it. Rams D. Come on, let's see. Is he gonna do it? Come on. I swear this guy's gonna pull the trigger on Rams D. No, he goes Rashid Shaheed. He does a smart pick. All right, so I'm up. I think I'm just gonna double dip here. No, I don't want to double. All right, so I'm going to take Woody Marks. I think that's a solid pick for this late in the draft. So we'll take Woody Marks. Just in case Montgomery does get hurt, because he has in the past. And I think we're going to take a tight end here. My top tight end left is Hawkinson. Let me see what's my buy here. Juwan's got a week 8 buy, so Dalton Schultz would be off the board then. So Hawkinson, Dulcich, Barner, Gadsden, those guys. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Hawkinson. I think I like him the best. This is his second year coming off of that knee injury. He should be back to full health now and playing a lot better. I think he's always a tremendous value this late. Like TJ Hawkinson, he sucked last year because JJ McCarthy fucking sucked. You know what I mean? So I think Hawkinson's a really good pick this late. So yeah, give me Juwan and Hawkinson, and I can kind of just play the matchups there. And I sniped this guy on Woody Marks too, because he had Montgomery. So there he goes, taking his third tight end, Terrence Ferguson. There's a Houston defense. We'll definitely get Broncos, Rams, maybe Seahawks taken before we come up again. Definitely the Rams. Rams will be going here very soon. Here goes Matt Stafford. There goes Khalil Shakir. So, yeah, just kind of looking at the team so far here. We got Justin Herbert as our quarterback. Loving Justin Herbert this year. Definitely my most owned quarterback so far in all my leagues. Running backs, we got another Gibbs share. We took DeAndre Swift. We took Jalen Warren. We took Jonathan Brooks for his upside, and we took Jonathan Brooks. We don't have a lot of them so far, and he's my RB4. So, like, it's not like I'm, like, super counting on him, but if he hits, it's really big for my lineup. But if he doesn't hit, it doesn't kill me. And then Woody Marks is our RB5 right now. Then receivers, we have 5 guys. We got Pickens, we got Neighbors, we have Terry McLaurin, we have Quentin Johnson, and we have Matthew Golden. And there goes Jalen Naylor and Kenyon Sadiq. So, yeah, I like the 5 receivers. I like our 5 running backs we got so far. Really liking this team a lot. There was Dylan Sampson. And that guy's doing the smart thing. Like, he started off receiver, tight ends, and he's really hammered his running backs here lately, which he needs. Yeah, very, very balanced so far. Liking the balance on this team for sure. There goes Dalton Schultz. And then Isaiah Pacheco. All right, so we're at the turn again. Coming back to us, there goes Jalen McMillan. And then it'll be coming back now towards us. Yeah, so a couple interesting ways I can go here. There's definitely like 4 or 5 quarterbacks I'm interested in. So I can grab one of those guys for sure. And they all have different buys in Herbert. There's still a decent amount of running backs, not a ton, but there is. Receiver is okay. Receiver's fine. And tight end is getting down to it. There goes Bo Nix. Good pick in round 14. You get Bo Nix. That dude, like Bo Nix, could win the fucking MVP this year. No joke. And getting him in round 14, that's crazy. There goes Kyler Murray. So the backup quarterbacks are starting in this round. Ray Davis. There goes Denver defense. Yeah, I legit think Bo Nix could win the MVP this year. Like, third year in that offense. Him and Davis Webb have a great connection together. They add Jalen Waddle. They're like, other receivers are solid. Like, they're not zeros. They like go 4 or 5 deep. Tight end situation is they always play a tight end roulette basically. Running backs, they got 3 running backs. They got one of the best offensive lines in the league. Yeah, I definitely think there's a shot like Bo Nix can win the MVP this year. There goes Tyler Shuck, one of the quarterbacks I was looking at, with Kyler and Nix obviously too. That was that guy's first quarterback was Tyler Shuck in round 14. Interesting. There goes Baker Mayfield. So all these guys have backup quarterbacks so far. So I think in theory, Jordan Love should fall to me here, and I can take Jordan Love, and that would give me with Matthew Golden. I think Jordan Love's very, very underrated in these leagues too. I have an idea of what I want with these 2 picks, but it just depends on who goes here. There goes AJ Barner. Two more picks, then I'm up. This guy went Brandon Aubrey, Houston D is last 2. There goes Trey Tucker. I'm up next. Could it happen, Barry? Will it happen? I'm doubting it, but we'll see if it happens. Hopefully this guy has a player that he really wants. He took Cyrus Allen. The LA Rams defense makes it back to us, Dynasty Barry. We're pressing the button for the first time this year. We got the Rams defense. I am in shock. And then I am going to take Jordan Love, like I talked about as well. Go Rams D, Jordan Love. Got our backup quarterback situation settled, and we have an elite defense. Thank you. Enjoy that Cyrus Allen. There goes Kamani Vidal. I like Kamani Vidal this year too. There goes Seattle defense. So this guy takes a second fucking defense already. Thanks for wasting your money, brother. He only has 3 running backs, though. He's got Scatabo, Irving, and Chris Rodriguez, but you had to get that second defense, and you had to get that second fucking quarterback when I already own Lamar Jackson. Had to do it. Just had to do it. Interesting, interesting. There goes Jawan Jennings. Oh, hopefully we can get some more, some faster picks here. That'd be nice. There goes Brian Robinson. Aronde Gadsden. There goes Katron Allen. All right, there went Braylon Allen and Emmett Johnson. Good picks there. Cooper Kupp. Wow, I haven't seen a lot of Cooper Kupp drafted this year. There goes Mike Washington Jr. All right, we're at the turn again, and it'll be coming back to us. Probably need to hit another receiver. We only have 5, and we only have 5 running backs too, so we're gonna have to hit there. Tight end is very thin too. If we wanted to grab a third tight end, but probably looking running back receiver here. We're done in the quarterback market. We're done in the defense market. Tons of wide receivers there, so I'm not worried about receiver all that much. There goes Malik Washington. There goes Cameron Dicker. So our second kicker off the board. There goes Tank Dell. I had Tank Dell queued up. There he goes. There goes Justice Hill. I want to try and maybe get some guys I don't have much of. So that's sort of the goal here, but I have a lot of these guys, unfortunately. But we'll try and find some new ones if we can. There's Trey Harris. Dontavian Wicks. Travis Hunter. Good pick on Travis Hunter. Was kind of looking up Travis Hunter too. All right, it's coming back to us here. Sam Darnold. I'm kind of curious if do I go elite kicker? I mean, kickers are a dime a dozen, but I could get my favorite one in the league, which is Kaimi Fairbairn. That's interesting. All right, we're just a couple away. See what we're gonna get here. There goes Sean Tucker. There goes Fairbairn. Did that guy already have a kicker? Yeah, the same guy who drafted fucking. What an idiot. Total fucking idiot. Same guy who drafted Aubrey takes them too. Okay, there goes Omar Cooper Jr. right ahead of me. So I'm going to take Pat Fryermuth. I think that's a really good pick this late. Settles up my tight end position with 3 solid ones. And then I am going to take somebody different that I haven't taken a lot of yet. That's George Holani. So this will be my first George Holani share, I believe. So we're going to take George Holani here. And just get somebody in there different that we don't have. So I have my 6 running backs now. We have 3 more picks. So a kicker and 2 more position players. Probably a receiver, running back, receiver. Interesting. Yeah, so while we're waiting here, we can go over the team a little bit and then we'll talk about our last guys too. But quarterbacks, we got Justin Herbert and Jordan Love on this team. Really like that combo right there. I think Jordan Love is criminally underrated this year for what that offense should be able to do this year. Running backs, we got Jahmyr Gibbs, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Warren, Jonathan Brooks, Woody Marks, and George Holani. Really liking those 6 guys with some upside in Holani and Woody Marks. Like if something happens there, like those guys are the guys for a little bit. So I like that. Happy with the front 4 for sure. Receivers here, we got George Pickens, Malik Neighbors, Terry McLaurin, Quentin Johnson, and Matthew Golden so far. We're going to add a couple more receivers here, and I think the receiver pool at the end of the draft is so good that I would prefer to take some guys down here. Like I can fill in the running back spots and the defense spots a little earlier with the amount of receivers that are still here at the end. But I'm really happy with those front five receivers. Like I think those guys I'm going to be relying on all year long. And then tight ends, we went with three guys. We got Jawan Johnson, Hawkinson, Fryermuth. I'm pretty confident I can find one of these guys every single week to start. I think Fryermuth and Hawkinson are both criminally underrated this year too. Hawkinson, this is his second year off that knee injury. He should be fully healthy, ready to return and rock and roll. He's got a way better quarterback this year. He's going to get less attention than he has in the past too, with Addison there, Jennings there. Like Hawkinson should get a lot of work this year. I think he's being way underrated. And Fryermuth too. Like we've seen what McCarthy has done with tight ends in the past with Dallas. McCarthy and I should love Fryermuth. So I'm excited about Fryermuth this year too. And then we got Rams D, our first Rams D of the season. So I was happy about that, honestly. You never know when elite defense falls into your lap, but here we are. The Rams defense falls into our lap, and we'll start them all year long. There goes C.J. Stroud. Oh, all right. Hopefully we get a little bit faster here, and then once we get through 18 and 19, we don't have to go through all 19, but I'll set my cue to pick a kicker, and we'll be good to go. So we'll end it here when I pick my 19th round pick. But yeah, I like this team a lot. It's another Gibbs team. There goes Ryan Flournoy. We're going to try and grab, a couple different players that I don't have any of or much of so far at the end here. So try and get some different players on the team. Probably going to double dip on receivers, kind of what my theory is right now. Hopefully we get these guys to pick a little bit faster, and then we can get this over with. Come on, boys. There goes Jacoby Lane. Emmanuel Wilson. There goes Kalen Black. Eli Stowers. David Njoku. All right, so there's the wide receivers that are left. I'll match up with my quarterback, so there goes Keenan Allen. I was actually just eyeing up Keenan Allen. Did I make a mistake? I traded JSN for AJ Brown and McConkey. I probably would say yes. I think you did. I like AJ Brown, but he's not going to last much longer. And McConkey is a really good player. I just don't think he's close to JSN. So I think you could have got more for JSN there. All right, we are up next here. Chargers D. All right, we're up. I'm going to take Kayshon Boutte, who's having a killer camp, and another guy who's having a really good camp that people are talking about, Ted Hurst. So we're going to take Ted Hurst here. Oh, it's a redraft, not dynasty. No. I mean, AJ Brown goes in round 2. McConkey's like a round 4 pick. So you basically traded your first overall pick for a second and a fourth. Think of it that way. So yeah, I like it for that. Especially if obviously it's PPR and if it's a deeper league too, adding those 2 more guys to your roster is nice. Like I want to have more elite guys starting. So I think for redraft that's fine. Yes. All right, so I am going to set up a kicker queue here. Put Butker in there. I'll put Lutz. We'll put Boswell. I'll put McPherson. Borjalis. Chase McLaughlin. Loop. Reichard. Pinero. And Cairo Santos. We'll throw those guys in there. So we're going to have that auto-drafted. All right. Yeah, PPR. Yep. Yeah, that's good. I like it. For sure. All right, guys. That's going to end the draft for us here. We'll go over the team one more time. Herbert and Jordan Love at the quarterback positions. Really good duo there for me. Running backs, we got Jahmyr Gibbs, we got Swift, we got Jalen Warren, we got Jonathan Brooks as our top 4, with Woody Marks and George Holani got here later in the draft. Receivers, Pickens, Neighbors, McLaurin, QJ, Matthew Golden, and then we got Boutte and Ted Hurst late here, which I like too. Tight ends, Jawan Johnson, TJ Hawkinson, Pat Freiermuth. So really 3 good tight ends there. And our defense, we got an elite defense on the Rams that we couldn't pass up on that opportunity. So really rounded it out nice here. Yeah, I like the late picks. Taking a shot on Boutte and Hurst here could really pay off. I'm really counting on the first 4 running backs. I'm hoping I don't have to dig into Woody Marks and Holani. But I think these first 4 guys are really solid. And our first 5 receivers are really fucking good. I'm excited for this team too. So another successful draft, I believe. And should be pretty good. But appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure you guys please like this video, subscribe to this channel, put the notifications on. You'll find out when I'm going live. I'm going to be doing tons more of these throughout this whole month and into September before the season starts. So you guys can watch and hang out and see how the drafts are going, how ADPs are falling, talk strategy with me, whatever you guys want to do. So appreciate that. At Eric Vanek NFL, you can follow me on X there, ERICVANEK NFL. Follow me there. and you'll get notifications when I go live with these things too, for sure. Going to do an America's Game podcast tomorrow. Probably going to talk ADPs for the first 2 rounds of redraft. I kind of want to talk about that and talk about some of those players. So look out for that episode dropping in your feeds Thursday morning. It'll be there for you. So make sure you guys follow South Harmon Fantasy Football, your podcast feeds, and follow us there. And my show, America's Game, will drop every Thursday. So that'll be good if you guys would do that for me as well. But that's it for this one. Fun one. Appreciate you guys for hanging out, and we will see you next time.